Hi, I'm Angelina, and today we'll be discussing myths about social behavior and memory. So, the myths. The first is a social behavior claim that opposites attract, and the phrase opposites attract has been around for years, but is it actually accurate, or is it just a way to make people hopeful? Secondly, we'll discuss a memory myth that says babies under the age of 5 do not have memories. So, do babies not make memories until they reach the age of 5 years old, or are they just unable to process those early memories? Here are some definitions that I thought are helpful to understand these concepts. The first is social behavior, which is in humans an action that is influenced directly or indirectly by the actual, imagined, expected, or implied presence of others. Second is attraction, a characteristic or quality that provides pleasure, an attractive feature. Third, values, the principles that help you decide what is right and wrong and how to act in various situations. Then beliefs, a state or habit of mind in which trust or confidence is placed in some person or thing. Similarities, a comparable aspect, the opposite of differences. Opposite, a person or thing that is totally different from or the reverse of someone or something else. Different, not the same as another or each other, unlike in nature, form, or quality. Memory, the faculty by which the mind stores and remembers information, or something remembered from the past or recollection. And I included both of these definitions because I believe both are equally helpful and necessary. And finally, childhood amnesia, the inability to remember life experiences from the first few years of life around the ages of 0 to 3. Okay, evidence for the social behavior claims. So, do opposites really attract? According to Psych Central, there is no evidence to suggest that differences in values like politics, religion, interests, etc. lead to more attraction. Further, it was found that across different cultures that there is strong attractiveness associated with similarity. It was also said that there are similar sayings to opposites attract in other cultures as well. Lastly, they mentioned that it is key to understand that opposite and different are not the same. This myth has remained strongly implanted into society despite evidence because opposite is not exactly the same as different, and people interchange the two, making it somewhat confusing and honestly wrong as seen from my previous definitions. Research done by Penn State found that long-term relationships, including friendships, do not last when the people involved do not share the same values or beliefs. It is thought that the similarities provoke feelings of comfort and peace since it is what you know and are accustomed with. And people don't like to be uncomfortable, so why would they want to continuously put themselves in those situations? They would rather be comfortable, which is why those similarities are key. And finally, it was found that when strangers interact and hit it off, it was because of the similarities and not because of their differences. Okay, evidence for the memory myth. So, are babies under the age of 5 unable to have memories? According to ZME Science, a Canadian research team found that child amnesia is due to an overload of the hippocampus. Since the hippocampus does not reach maturity until about 4 years old, kids do not remember things long term, really only short term. It is explained that as the hippocampus is developing, there are many neurons being connected, and as that growth slows, the brain can properly begin storing memories, allowing long-term memory to be utilized as the kids grow. Psych Central claims that people's earliest memories are from when they are about 3 years old, blaming child amnesia like the previous source mentioned. They further explain that child amnesia is due to the fact that infants do not have neural ability to hold on to complex forms of memory like long-term memory. It is not caused by suppressing sexual abuse like Freud had wrongly believed. Lastly, it is discussed that better developed language skills in older children help them clarify and discuss their memories, allowing the memories to stick better in their minds. And since little kids and babies do not have these developed language skills, it is harder for them to form those long-term memories, again giving them that childhood amnesia. Okay, results for the social behavior claim. Regarding the claim that opposites attract, there is no evidence that indicates that differences in values and beliefs make people more attracted to one another. In fact, it is the similarities that make people feel more at peace and comfortable with their partner. When there are many major differences, a long-term relationship is highly unlikely to last. And when meeting someone new, it is the similarities that become the focus and allow for them to hit it off. And the results for the memory myth? It turns out that babies do in fact make memories before the age of 5. Their hippocampus is just not developed enough to make them into long-term memories. Child amnesia has been accepted as the reason why children from the ages of about 0 to 3 to 4 are unable to have long-term memories. Their brains are just not developed and mature enough. Finally, conclusions. The social behavior claim that opposites attract has been debunked as false, and so it is a busted myth. There is no evidence to support the claim, but I am sure it will still be widely used just as it has been across many cultures. The memory myth that babies under the age of 5 have no memory is also a busted myth. Just because they are not able to form many, if any, long-term memories, it does not mean that they do not form any memories at all.